Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be on the Spfl 2025-2026 league predictions. Now, no faffing about and straight into it is number 12, which is Dundee, not Dundee United, the Dundee. Now, the reason I put them at the bottom and number 12 is a couple of reasons, and the main two that for me, especially this one, is the manager. Now, I would tell you to go. I'm going to put a picture of his face just so you can just see what the guy looks like. I just don't like the guy. I don't rate him. The way he speaks, I would tell you to go and listen to a video of him. You'll understand the way he speaks, the words that come out his mouth, just the way his face is in general. Just he doesn't put any confidence in the players. I'm quoting him. He even said, "If you want a manager for winning titles, I'm not your man." That's a quote that came out his mouth, and it was one of the first things he said as Dundee manager. His face is annoying, for one. He doesn't speak any words of confidence, and yeah, that's about it. That guy's just terrible. I can't even believe Dundee signed him. Another reason that I've put them at the bottom is because they've lost a lot of their good players. Obviously, Lyle Cameron went to Rangers. It was the first signing that Rangers made this season. And obviously Luke McCowan was at Celtic last season. They got him in January, and a couple of the other good players that they had last season have left, I'm sure. So they've lost a lot of their good players, and their manager is terrible, and also they done pretty bad in the League Cup. If I remember correctly, they had a couple of bad results, and yes, the manager, bad results, a couple of bad results in the League Cup, and a decent amount of the good players are no longer with them. Now, number 11 is Livingston. Livingston, I think this isn't too bad overall season if they come 11th. I think they'll just try not come 12th, they'll try and come 10 or above, because then they don't need to do it. But 11th, obviously, they'll need to do a game against whoever comes up in the championship from second downwards, because but I think they'll win that, and I think they'll stay into the next season. So overall, I think it'll be a decently solid season for them, for Mr. Martindale, and their first season up. I think they'll come 11th, and they'll stay up in the promotion game that they play against the championship side. So overall, a decent season for them. Number 10 is Motherwell. Now, I can't even remember the last time I've been impressed with Motherwell, as in they've had a decent team. It must be back in, I can't even remember, 2017 or 2018. It's really when I can remember them being half decent, and the only reason I can remember that because I remember them, I'm sure they knocked Rangers out in one of the cups, but that was back when Rangers were terrible. So that was about it. That's the only real time I can remember them, and they just seem to be not been improving at all. The only player that they have is Lennon Miller, obviously, but whether he'll be with them when the season comes is up for debate. I don't actually personally think he will, but there's a obvious possibility that he will be. And if he is, I would predict that he would leave in January. But even still, I just think there's a very high possible chance that he won't be there when the season comes. And obviously he's their best player. So if he does go, considering they're on a decrease, I just think they will have a 10th place finish. Number 9 is Falkirk. Now, I think Falkirk will have a good start in the Scottish Premiership, because a 9th place for the upcoming Championship club is a good start, considering they've not been in the Premiership for, I don't even know, over 10 years anyway. They'll be just want to be staying in it for as long as possible now, and a 9th place finish for them is very good, considering, as I said, they've not been in it for a long time anyway. They've got a decently solid manager, a decent amount of players. They obviously have a couple of young people and Scott Arfield with them. So they have a decent squad, and I think they'll have a decent finish with 9th place, considering it's their first time up in ages, as I said. And now number 8 is Dundee United. Now, I predict Dundee United will finish 8th for the reason being that I predict they will have European football. Now, some people might not say that Dundee United will have European football, but I do, because I predict that they will win their game against Una Strassen, which I've already made a video on, going over the result, and they obviously won 1-0 victors. But I think they'll qualify against them. They'll then go into another qualifying game, which they'll win, I believe, and then they'll win their playoff to get into the Europa Conference League. I think they'll win that as well. And then I think they'll be in European football. So I just think the fact that I predict they'll be in European football will be a wee bit too much for them. So they'll try advance and do good in that, which will have a knock-on impact in the league. But it'll probably be good for them overall, because they'll get more money for them. So they'll try and focus on that. Number 7 is Aberdeen. Now, Aberdeen were terrible in the last part of the last season. They had a very good start. I know the first 8 odd games or something, they were unbeaten. But then after they lost that unbeaten run, whenever it was, they just really fell off the planet basically and were terrible. I can't believe actually how bad they got, just losing, drawing, like very occasional win. And then, yeah, they were just terrible. The fact that they were terrible and they've been guarded, apart from obviously the Scottish Cup win over Celtic in the last part of the season, otherwise than that, in the league anyway, they were terrible. And as I was saying, the fact that they're now also in guaranteed European football because of the Scottish Cup win, the same for Dundee United. I think that'll take a toll on their season, whether in the Europa League or Conference League. Either way, it'll take a toll on their season, because I think, like Dundee United, they want to try and do something good in Europe for once, unlike Hearts were not able to do last season. Now, number 6 is Kilmarnock. Now, Kilmarnock's manager is Stuart Kettlewell, and he's had a lot of years in the Scottish Premiership, so he's overall a very solid. That's the only way you could really describe Stuart Kettlewell, just a solid manager. A lot of years in the Premiership, as I said. And yeah, they've made a decent number of signings. Should have made at least 5 signings that I can recall anyway. And can't remember names obviously or anything like that, but decent number of signings. They don't have any European football, solid manager, and I think they'll have a solid season. Just slightly missing the top five, and they'll finish 6th. Now, number 5 is St Mirren. Now, they've been very impressive the past couple of years. They've had good places in the league. They've been pushing the old firms when they've played them at their ground, especially. They've looked very good, and they've made more signings than Kilmarnock this season. I would actually kind of say they're a bit similar to Rangers in that way. They've made I'm sure they've made at least 7 signings or maybe more. The fact that they were already a solid squad and good solid finishes in the league for the past couple of seasons, and they've already made 7 signings or more, as I said. I think they'll get 5th place. And number 4 is Hibs. Now, Hibs look very, very good in the last part of the season, obviously coming in 3rd in the league. Apart from the very start of the season where they were terrible, they ended up being very good in the end. So they'll just miss out on 3rd because of the European football, which will take a toll on them as well. They'll have a very solid season, and they'll try and advance in the European football as much as the other Scottish clubs will, who get into it, which I predict that actually for once all 5 Scottish clubs will be in it that are trying to get into it, which I don't even know if that's ever happened before, but yeah, it's a bold prediction because I don't think anyone's predicted that. So yeah, I think they'll all get into it for once. So they'll have a solid season, coming 4th in the league, and try do something good in Europe. Which, if they do something decently okay in Europe and come 4th, that's a very decent year for Hibs. And number 3 is Hearts. Now, the main two reasons for Hearts coming third is the manager, Derek McInnes. I think he's a very good manager. I really like him and actually want him to be the manager of Rangers, and I would still take him to be the manager of Rangers over Russell Martin right now, to be honest with you. I just really like the guy, and I think he's a very good manager. And yeah, and Hearts don't have any European football, so that won't take a toll on them at all, so they can just fully give the full 100% focus on the Scottish Premiership, which is why they'll become third. They obviously won't be pushing in top two, which I don't think that will happen for who knows when. But yeah, they'll come third because Derek McInnes will get them focused, and they don't have any European football to take a toll on them. Number two is Celtic. Now, obviously, I'm a Rangers fan, so even if I did think Celtic would win the Scottish Premiership, I still wouldn't put them first. But the reasons why I generally think Celtic could come second is the main one, because I don't really think they have a good striker. They have got Adam Ida, or Ida, I call him Ida, so that's the way I'm going with him. I just don't really rate the guy, apart from when he scored in the League Cup, I believe, or it's League Cup or Scottish Cup, either way, knocking Rangers out. It's the only real thing I can remember of him. I'm sure he scored a goal or two against Aston Villa. Barring that, he had a okay season last year, but I know for a fact a lot of Celtic fans will be worried if he's their starting striker come the season ahead, and a lot of them already want a new striker, but I don't even know if that's going to happen. I don't even know if they have a second striker as it stands. Maybe Maeda, but I think he's much better on the wing, so I think Celtic fans would rather play him in the wing than have him up top come the season start. So yeah, that's why I think that they have a very good chance of coming second. Number one is, of course, my club, Rangers. Now, Rangers, the reason why I think they'll come first. I'm hoping that they play. Russell Martin said he plays an attacking style football in the past European game against Panathinaikos in the first leg. Did I really see that? Not particularly, no, to be honest with you, but it's quite early on. A lot of times players need time to adapt to new styles and plays, but we'll see as it goes. If it's attacking, that will suit the Scottish Premiership. Apart from, again, I think Celtic might need to do a tiny bit more defensive, especially at Parkhead. But hopefully we just do attacking style, and we've made a lot of decent signings. Lyle Cameron, for example, I've been really impressed with him. Manuel Fernandes, Max Aarons. Now, Max Aarons, I think he should be playing at right back over Tavernier personally. I don't think he's been playing at left back for Rangers the past couple of games, but I don't think that's his position at all. He's definitely not a left back for me, and he should not be playing there. So, yeah, hopefully we play an attacking style brand of football,